None of them died. My cousin, my father's niece, in the back seat, flew out either the windshield or the back, but she ended up next to a tree.
It is Thursday, February 28th, 4:18 p.m. Podcast episode 3. Let's roll the intro.
Welcome back to the Oddcast Podcast with your main host, Toast. And today we have Bear and Bond. Thanks for clicking on the podcast. If you liked this episode, subscribe and comment below. Now let's get into this.
Juice, sauce, little bit of dressing, ice.
Thank you guys for tuning in. I'm trying to get on a more consistent schedule with this. It's me, Toast, and we got Bear and Bond.
We have depression.
The last episode that aired about a week or two ago, it was recorded about a week after New Year's. So we've just been so ridiculously busy with everything going on in our personal lives that I just haven't been able to get around to editing it. And I've been trying to put aside time to working on the podcast and the channel. So yeah, we have a couple major updates. Bunch of stuff going on with Bear. We're going to have a new host. Let's just get into this. I'll let Bear take it away.
We can talk about back when I had a job.
Yeah.
For those who know. Rather, for those who don't know, I kept a job as a package handler, and that wasn't the best job. You need to lift packages between 1 and 150 pounds. And any time that you have to pick up a pack...
I'm leaving.
Okay.
So, have a safe trip.
Thank you.
Make sure you have everything or whatever.
Yeah.
You don't forget nothing because I won't see you no more. Oh, I'm out of breath.
Yeah, I got it downstairs, so now...
What?
You gotta put that on there?
Tell Breeze to
It's
say hi to the
recording, yeah.
podcast.
It's picking up in the mic, yeah.
Is it? Oh.
Yeah, it's all recorded.
Tell her to say hi to the podcast.
Say hi to the podcast.
Hi. Alright, I'm out.
All right, bye.
Have a safe trip.
Thank you.
All
We'll
right.
see you.
See ya.
Hopefully you can catch your bus on time.
Are you gonna be home tonight?
Yeah.
Huh?
You gonna be home?
Yeah. I'll be
Okay.
home.
For those who don't know,
Yeah.
I guess we'll jump ahead a little bit.
Shit. Bye.
All right, bye.
Bye. Yeah, that was the same woman from the intro to the last episode, for those who didn't know. Anyway.
Yeah, that's my girlfriend Breeze. She'll be filling in as host while Bear's away. She's also the one that recorded our introduction for me.
I am going back home 1,000 miles away by bus, which will take 19-20 hours. And the ticket isn't cheap either. It was most of my paycheck. But everything will go fine. And the point of that was it will be at 6:45 p.m. So that means we don't have too much time after this podcast, unfortunately. Me and my mother got in a situation about a year ago when the neighbor was a prostitute. She let in bedbugs, and those infested the whole house. We were in an apartment with 3 floors. Every single one of them ended up getting bedbugs. Oh, I'm getting a phone call by a 15 number fucking phone
It has
number.
2019 in the number.
You see what it is?
So I was mentioning me and my mother used to live in that old apartment. The neighbor was a prostitute and brought bedbugs in. They infested every single apartment. So we cleaned everything. We had an inspector come, and it didn't even seem like a place worth living in after. Me and my mother had to stay up and bag all of our clothes and belongings the night before, because we only had a 1-day notice, which may not even be legal from the landlord, to be expected. So we had all that going on, and then we're trying to live in this place after all the bugs are gone for like half a year. And we just didn't even want to.
And then there was troubles between Bear's parents and they wind up.
This was moments after that happened. Before the bedbug infestation, and before it was only me and my mother, my parents were together 28 years, and recently they broke up. So, well, it wasn't just a breakup. She has a restraining order because he has abused her ever since they got together 28 years ago. Like, she was almost killed the night when she called the police because she couldn't even speak from being choked. So that was right before, like a month before the bedbug infestation. So then we have like half a year just trying to live the first time of our lives, and it's just always a disaster.
Thankfully, Bear met us.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've known Bon and Toast for years now.
Going on 4 years. And then after you and your mom were trying to get by, it got to the point where it would have been easier for your mom to try to take care of herself for a little while. So you came down and moved 1,000 miles with us and get established and save back some money.
Mm-hmm.
And now you busted your ass at FedEx past few months, so it's to the point where you want to try to go back home and help your mom get on her feet, and
Yeah.
hopefully here soon.
Basically, me and my mother went homeless 6 months after the bedbug infestation, and I got to move in with Bon and Toast for the end of October 2018 to now, the end of February 2019.
Yeah, he's always welcome here, but he wants to try to help his mother, and hopefully here soon they can try to make their way down here, their own place. I know while we were relaxing last night, just having like our final, like.
Oh yeah,
when we were chilling before, like waiting. Our last good night hanging out before you had to go home, we were talking, and you were telling me a story about something your parents were involved in a long time ago. If you were comfortable with that, I feel like it'd be a pretty good story to tell the podcast.
I'm surprised I haven't told Chase yet.
Ooh.
So, you're welcome, audience. I just caught his attention.
Ooh.
We're gonna record till 5:20.
Okay.
That'll give me enough time to get ready. We have like 45-minute podcast. That ain't bad.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
And I
you
get
can
to tell all this.
hear whenever you can go ahead and tell a story.
Okay. So, where did I leave off?
About you didn't even start.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, you wanted me to tell the story.
Yeah. Ooh.
So the same year my parents got together, either 27, 28 years ago.
Early 90s.
Yeah. My father has always, even without a license, drunk and drove, like, down highways and shit. He's been doing that for 28 years. But at the current time, the first year my parents got together, he left them He left my mother and my cousin, his niece, sit in the car with him while he's on a train track about to get hit. The car was, like, in perfect position to get blown up from getting hit. It was just, like, sideways with the tires on each end of the rail.
The undercarriage of the car was stuck on the tracks.
Yeah. They were hit the train, speeding 70 miles an hour.
Holy shit.
None of them died. My cousin, my father's niece, in the back seat, flew out either the windshield or the back, but she ended up next to a tree. She didn't hit it, she didn't hit it, and she was yelling she's okay. And she only had like a broken collarbone. Somehow. My mother was still in the car, which was like almost split in half. My dad was in the driver's seat. He tries to get out. Well, both of them do. But he gets out first. And then he goes to get my mother in the passenger seat. He has to, like, yank the door open. And this whole time, he was almost, like, cut in half down his chest. He has a scar from close to the bottom of his shoulder to the bottom of his stomach.
Jesus
Holy
Christ.
shit.
He has that scar to this day. He had like 50 operations to have all his organs moved around and have rods and shit put in. But anyway, he's in this awful condition because he's a complete dumbass. And he gets my mother out. She's completely fine. With, I think, the same injury as my cousin. Collarbone.
Broken clavicle.
That's
Maybe.
like one of the main things that like gets broke on a human.
Yeah.
I've broken both of mine in my life.
I haven't
Yeah.
yet.
So my mother and my cousin are completely fine. My mother she's 5 years younger than my father. They must have been like 20s or something. What was I saying?
About
Yeah.
what happened after the accident.
Both of them were, am I still talking? I don't hear myself.
Yes.
Okay. They were both basically not injured at all, considering what just happened. And my father had to be airlifted on a helicopter to the emergency place. He got out of that, drunk driving, almost killing both of them, all of them, and he got away with it. All because he basically made my mother had to play it out, like they're confused. And my cousin said maybe she was in the driver's seat. My father said he was in the passenger seat. And my mother said she was driving. So he got away with it, even though he obviously had the worst injuries because he was in the driver's seat, which was clear evidence.
Stomach got
Completely-
lacerated by the steering wheel.
Yeah. So he completely got away with that. He could have been in jail most of his life. That was 28 years ago. And it was in the newspaper the day after they got hit. On Friday the 13th, it was in the newspaper. I couldn't find the article, unfortunately, but it was in. I also couldn't find it when I looked at archives, sadly.
Holy shit.
But we had the newspaper in the kitchen drawer, and I looked at it a couple times. There's an old picture in black and white that shows, I think, the car.
Do you know what kind of car it was?
No. It wasn't anything, like, big, though.
Yeah.
I was going to explain another thing for
Yeah.
those that think I'm bitching about how FedEx was my super big issue. I didn't mind it. After the first couple of weeks, it got easy. My body got stronger, and I was also walking most of the time to FedEx. That happened to be 5 miles away. And we're in the middle of the winter with the shittiest weather possible. Winds that almost feels like your skin's burning from the cold.
And Chase can't drive yet. He's not quite old enough.
Unfortunately.
And
I have
then
to ride my bike sometimes to work, so
Yeah.
yeah.
and my girlfriend only just recently got a car about a week ago, and then on top of that, I with my work schedule, I sleep almost all day and I work all night, so it's hard for me to take him. But on my days off, I would always take him when I could. I felt terrible when he had to walk in that weather.
So
Same.
with our situation, it's difficult for me to get rides to work. I've almost always gotten rides home, however. To work, I walk 5 miles in snow or rain.
On my days off, I'd always make sure you'd get there.
Yeah.
Chase, you have anything you want to talk about?
Um,
You told me you had a few things.
I have one thing if you can't think of anything.
all right.
Okay. To add to all that, there was about 1 month I was quite sick with what we assume is bronchitis.
Before you get into that, when Bear got sick, about the day he started feeling better, everyone else in the house got terribly sick. Eat too much ass. But what?
Oh, speaking of eating, I have some I could say, just a random like little story.
Speaking of eating,
What were you gonna say, Chase?
Well, anyway, with that sound, remember when, like, how many months ago was this? Like,
Back away from the mic a little.
remember when I got fucking food poisoning from the food at school?
When?
Like a couple months ago. Do you not remember?
Not really.
Oh well, I was going through on my day, just regular school shit, and during lunch, remember when you came to pick me up so we can go do dentist and all that shit?
Yeah.
But when we were done, for some reason, I just started to feel sick, and I had work, so I kind of didn't go because I was fucking puking out my ass and shit. But not really.
Oh.
It was just puking fucking terribly. And I felt like
I
complete
remember.
ass.
I remember that.
Yeah,
I like that detail.
I was like fucking dying. So that shit ain't good. And my life is fucking boring as hell. I have like no fucking stories ever to fucking say.
Well, I guess
Shit.
I complained a little bit. You can complain about work or school.
Well, like my job ain't like too hard. Just listen to music and shit.
I just occasionally get the random meth head freaking out in Walmart every once in a while.
Did you ever say
Have
that
you told
story?
that yet?
Yeah, did you ever say that story?
He did
Yeah.
on the old episodes.
Okay.
But, yeah.
Yeah, my job ain't too hard. I just fucking go get carts that are in these fucking cart corrals or whatever the fuck they're called. These past few times there's been a person out there with me, so it makes it even easier. And fucking I just listen to videos or music. And it's fucking shit's easy.
Okay, there's something I gotta bring up. It's a couple days old.
What?
Fucking Justin Roiland and Elon Musk, PewDiePie. Like, I was expecting Elon to do it. Like, that was obvious. But
Yeah.
like, where did Justin Roiland come from? Like, how does he have a connection to Justin Roiland?
There's a picture on the internet of Elon Musk and him together.
Like, before that video?
Yeah. Like 2017.
Weird.
Yeah, it was fucking best video on YouTube.
That and fucking the almost 5-hour Alex Jones and Joe Rogan podcast.
Oh my
That crazy
God.
crazy son of a bitch talking to Joe Rogan.
Okay. I can listen to that entire podcast with an hour left, like, at work.
I'm glad YouTube didn't take it down.
Yeah.
I still have a good half of it to listen to.
But, like, he had Dr. Phil, and then, like, Alex Jones out of nowhere. What the fuck is happening? How is he doing this?
Because Joe Rogan's god tier podcast.
Jogan.
Fucking I'm just sitting here looking at Twitter news, trying to figure out some shit to talk about.
You all
Goddamn.
see the new Pokemon trailer?
Well, the trailer for the new movie looks amazing.
Oh shit! I need to finish it. I seen it in that fucking ad and I skipped it.
But I was gonna say, I know not everyone thinks he's the best person. I'm not really gonna get into that too much, but I think it's neat that Trump D is in talks with denuclearizing North Korea.
Nuclear.
But at the same time, it's good to keep a good amount for us.
I open up Twitter for a second just to see what there is to talk about. I get a screaming kid. That was a nice hot sound.
Oh, Chase, your favorite music group is back together.
Who?
The Jonas Brothers.
What? Oh god, it's 2011 again. Get out of here.
Please. Fortnite Season 8 brings pirates, cannons, and a volcano. And then they added volcanoes.
I like how they do everything Ninja wants.
Oh shit.
What?
There might be a new Sopranos prequel. You've never watched them.
No, I did not.
Fucking child.
Fuck you, grown man.
I'm grown.
Yeah, I'm woke.
I'm choking.
Keep this in. Keep it in.
Oh my god, I couldn't breathe.
Keep it in.
Quality.
Quality.
So, I'd also like to add, since Bear will be going home, he might not, where he's staying, he might not have internet. So the only time we'll be able to call, the only time we'll be able to talk is when he calls, either actually calls me on my phone number, and then I'd put him on speaker, but then that would be terrible quality. So best case scenario, he'd go to a McDonald's and call me on Discord on his phone or something. So he'll be a guest every once in a while, maybe once or twice a month on the podcast, but on episodes that he's not able to step in here, my girlfriend will be stepping in as temporary host. She might even remain main host when he comes back if she enjoys it. She's just going to give it a try and see if it's something she likes. But yeah, Bear isn't going away. He just won't be here for every episode since stuff will be a little rough at home for him for a little bit.
Mm-hmm. I'll have to get me and my mother in a shelter, and then we can get jobs to get a decent place.
Well, I do wish you the best, and I hope everything goes well. Be able to work out different where you wouldn't have to go in a shelter.
Yeah. Well, she's currently staying at someone's house. It's either a house or some decent place.
Well, at least you guys will have a roof over your head until you guys get established.
Yeah.
Did you guys hear about that full-on 200-person crowd parade in Estonia for PewDiePie?
Yeah. Penis. Yeah. I wish I was there. Fucking PewDiePie parade. Fuck yeah.
Sub to PewDiePie.
Oh yeah, sub to PewDiePie.
Yeah, if you're listening to this podcast,
Damn Indians.
sub to PewDiePie. Okay,
Hit that bell.
so Bear, have you seen the new starter Pokemon?
What was that?
Have you seen the new starter? Have you seen the new starter Pokemon for the new generation?
Is it the one Bond put?
Yes.
That image.
Here's what they look. Here's what they look like. Let me know what you think. I don't like. I think they look like little stuffed fucking animals. I'll slap a picture up on as a reference for everyone listening. All 6 of you.
Hey, there's some people.
Yeah. 5 of them being us.
Yeah, just one guy. Hey, one guy.
Hello, one.
Ha! Fucking Pornhub tweeted at Kleenex. Y'all hiring?
What the fuck? Why? No. And hell, the only fucking thing I can say about school is that it's boring as fuck. just randomly, I got a new table to sit at, so.
At lunch.
Yeah. They're cool. It's called the Reach table, but they're all cool.
Yeah, and Bon has work in about 45 minutes. We're rushing to get an episode recorded because Bear literally goes home in 2 hours. He gets on a bus for 14 hours very soon,
19.
and we're just trying to squeeze out a fucking podcast as soon as possible.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Holy shit.
To update all of you, 1.
Victoria's Secret looks like it might be going out of business within the next decade. They just closed 53 stores this year.
Lamau.
YouTube is manually disabling all of their comments section on all of the comment sections on any video pertaining towards children.
Well, I don't watch children's content, so I should be fine, right? Like, if I want to look at the comment section on, like, a fucking...
Oh my god, GM and Ford never pay their fucking yearly income tax, but they both get fat refunds.
Fortnite literally just copied a character that's an Apex.
Dude, I just saw that. It's crazy.
Fucking... That's why I don't play anymore, huh? Take that, Sam.
I mean, I play it every once in a while, but I've been pretty, like, addicted to
Other single-player games.
Metro 2033, that, and when my friends are online, I like to play Blackout.
Recently got Metro 2023, so I'll be playing that here whenever I have some free time.
Plague Inc. The video game incorporated anti-vaxxers
Nice.
Oh no!
into their game as like a meme.
To be honest, I don't know why he wasn't in the game in the first place.
The new Pokemon game, the name for it is announced: Pokemon Sword and Shield. World details are revealed here. I'm gonna fucking look into this. Let's talk about this. I'm fucking. Oh shit.
Hell, Merle, you still need the Switch.
Hmm.
Oh, yeah.
What?
There's a. I don't advocate for piracy or anything, but there's like a Nintendo Switch emulator for the PC, and it's like really fucking like crazy on how well it emulates like the Switch. Like it plays Mario Odyssey at like the same like shit as the console. It's crazy.
They already have almost 24 Pokemon confirmed so far to appear in the Galar region in Sword and Shield. Pikachu, Mincino, the Chinchilla Pokemon from Gen 5. The Wishy-Washy from Gen 7. Grubbin from Gen 7. So there's not really a new generation in this.
It's just
And if there is, they haven't teased any of it yet, other than those starters that have been released.
So it's just the starters and then the regular Pokemon.
That's the vibe I'm getting, because I see a Hoot. I mean, the graphics look great, as well as Dark Dragon type from Gen 5. Flygon, everyone knows what a Flygon is from Gen 3. Yeah, just a bunch of shit that we already know what they are from previous games. Don't have a ton of detail yet about the region itself, like which Pokemon will be version specific. So there's speculation that some Pokemon will be like, kind of like there's Alolan versions of Pokemon in Sun and Moon.
Yeah.
There might be Galar region variants of Pokemon in this.
Oh shit.
What would be the best one?
The announcement is accompanied with the first footage of the newest Pokemon title and reveal that it will take place in the Galar region. I'm not fuck with that right now. We get a glimpse of the new grass, fire, and water starters. Chimp Pokemon Grookey, Rabbit, Gore Bunny, and Water Lizard Pokemon Sobble. Fucking stupid ass names. I don't like them. I'll probably just like fucking throw my starter in the PC as soon as I fucking catch like the first level 3 bullshit I find at the grass. They all look like shit. Releasing worldwide late 2019. So I'll probably expect it late October. That's when Sun and Moon came out. What the fuck was that? It sounded like you were strangling a dog.
What? It's a fucking dog screaming. What the fuck? Twitter, stop.
Oh no.
Turn the audio down. There we go.
Apparently, Huawei CEO is talking shit on Samsung's new folding phone. He was like, "Fuck you, you little bitch."
Yeah, because they beat him to it.
Apparently, there's a poll that confirms that the grass type Zabel is the most popular starter for the new game.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
I don't like any of them. And apparently, BioWare announces some apologies and fixes for Anthem's broken loot system and a few other things. And there's some folding iPhone patent applications that show how the company might start implementing like bended screens and shit.
Oh yeah, wasn't there a kind of new phone that you can fold up?
Yeah, the new Samsung folding phone.
But Apple's just now submitting patents for it, so they might be starting to go on that route too with curved screens and bendable phones and shit. I'm telling you, there's going to be a tablet that you can roll up like a scroll. Like that, I'm telling you.
Like a poster.
What the fuck? Spotify's app for India lets you play songs on demand with a free account. So it's like premium, but for like India.
Damn it! I'll try to be Indian.
Like fuck you, T-Series.
Mr. Beast giving a homeless man a home. That's hot.
How's he gonna pay his yearly property tax?
You tell me.
He's just gonna sell the house and buy drugs.
But
Don't listen to me. I haven't watched the video. I don't have any context, so I'm just ignorant to the fact right now. It's nice that he did it.
Didn't David Dobrik do a recent vlog where he did something like that?
Yeah, he gave a girl that was practically homeless a car, and she was an aspiring YouTuber and shit.
Oh yeah, because she would edit on her phone. And then she spent all her money to get a cam.
Also, apparently, there's been a few 5G phones announced, and there's 5G towers starting to pop up all around the country. But it hasn't been implemented in any phone companies, but 5G will. And apparently, Alex Jones thinks 5G can melt your brain. I'll try to get you there by 10 so you can clock in by I'll try to get you there by 6 so you can clock in by 6:03.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know that whole Momo thing that popped back up out of fucking nowhere was literally just fucking just stupid articles that were going viral for no reason. There was no recent videos with the Momo thing attached to it that have any that was targeted towards kids or anything. It's literally a hoax that just popped up out of nowhere and no one knows why or fucking no one knows why or where it fucking came from.
Yeah, literally, where the fuck did it come from? That shit's old ass news. Literally.
YouTube responded okay, we see what you're saying, but there's literally nothing fucking there.
Yeah. Here, hopefully, sometime soon, when I get some money, I can go do my taxes and shit. Probably buy a video card.
Here, the next time me and you get paid, we're gonna go get it.
Yeah. Then wait for the money to come in. I'll buy my graphics card. Speaking of, prices for shit has been going down a lot.
Since Bitcoin mining is going down,
it's been dead for a while.
The prices of RAM is dropping as well.
Literally, how much is Holy shit! They're $46.99 for a stick of DDR4 RAM, 8 gigabytes.
You just made one of those emoji faces where you open your mouth surprised.
No, literally, holy shit. Yeah, fucking $46.99 on Newegg. I should have waited. Goddamn fucking. Paid fucking $60 for them.
An Israeli spacecraft headed towards the moon had something go wrong when it was trying to land. Apparently.
Hey Merle,
Huh?
I'm getting a GTX 1060
Yeah.
with 3 gigabyte. The 3 gigabytes like really doesn't matter. Like, it's better than a 1050 Ti, even though that has 4 gigabytes.
Uh huh.
But anyway, I'm getting one for $164.99. So I'm gonna just buy that with my taxes.
When you get a new build, I'm just gonna use the PC that you're using now. I'm just gonna slap a couple SSDs in it and run with it until I can afford my own build. I'm using an old Samsung laptop from like I'm using an old Samsung laptop from like 2010.
I'm using like a 4-year-old gaming PC I built in early 2015.
I built it for you as a Christmas present.
Yeah, because I was a little wee bab. I don't know what I was doing.
You didn't know what you were doing.
I literally didn't.
Meanwhile,
And this one's gonna be overclocked. The Dunk 60. Were you saying something?
meanwhile, mine's a pre-built that costed like $600, and it's not good. It's the same specs as his laptop, about.
Which is
runs
not good.
CS:GO
4 gigabytes of
10
RAM
FPS.
equivalent 4 gigabytes of RAM equivalent CPU and 500 gigs of storage, and it's
Mine's
partitioned into two separate drives from the factory.
Mine can't
screen-
even be upgraded. Like, the parts are put together in a way that can't be taken out.
Well, mine, I have 2013 GTX 10. No, I have a GTX 750 Ti. I have since this is a budget build, I guess. I have a fucking AMD Athlon X4 860K or some shit.
Just a no-name Chinese gaming case.
No, it's from I forgot the exact company, but it's.
I mean, it's not bad. I'm just saying it's a budget build. Ain't nothing wrong with it.
Yeah,
I
no.
built it for you.
Well, my new case is a Deep Cool, so it's from a reputable brand.
Well, I think we've had a fairly decent discussion. It was a nice final send off until Bear's able to get a stable setup back on the podcast with us.
Yeah.
Like I said, yeah, he will be back, and thank you all for listening. I hope you guys enjoyed. I'm gonna try my best to have another episode up within the next week.
Bye,
Thanks.
people.
Thanks again for listening. I gotta take Bond to work, and Bear's gotta get on a bus for 19 hours. So
That's right after he goes to work.
Yeah.
So we'll all be out.
and then I have work tonight. So
And then at some point he has to edit the podcast. So it may take a while.
thank you guys for listening. I'll see you in a week. I appreciate the support.
Bye,
Make sure-
people.
Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, share it around.
Hit that bell.
Tell your friends. Eat some ass.
Smash like.
Have a good night. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.